Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Truck Talk. It's so good to see everybody this morning. What about those Trojans? What about the Troy State Trojans traveling all the way to Ohio to win 35-7? Troy University. Woo, they'll get on you about that. Troy University is looking good. Hey, we got a lot of guests this morning. Got the sheriff here. We also got Mr. Joe from Berg Drug. We got some people from Sanders. We got a truck driving school here. So everybody that want to know how to get your CDL this morning is the morning for you to get it. I don't know about you. I had a great weekend. Every time that I get to ride my motorcycle, I get to go to a good football game. I consider that as a great weekend. I am excited about the guests we have here. We have a place here this morning, Mr. Joe Berg Drugs. I don't know whether you know it or not, but it's been here since 1962. Which I'm still leading to believe who's been in town the longest. I know we, Sanders, we've been here since 1959. And we're just searching out, looking for things to talk about, things about our community. So glad to have our sheriff with us here today. We got a good sheriff in Pike County. He's one of the best. That's Mr. Russell Thomas. He's been there a long time, and he's got a good crew behind him. And I see a pan of brownies. I think somebody in my guests bought me some brownies, but we're not going to prolong time this morning. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with our first guest.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Good morning, Mr. Joe. How you doing today?
Good morning, Jeffrey.
It's just good to see you. I was in your store a couple of days ago, and I asked you about coming here, and you were like, what am I going to say? I said, well, it's going to be easy. You've been in Troy, and you've been serving the community a long time, and just tell me something about that. Every time I come in there, you got just this smile on your face, and it lets me know that you love our community here.
Well, I do. Bird Drug Company was started by my father-in-law, Marvin Bird, in 1940. So Bird Drug began in 1940. Well, and I graduated from Auburn in 1967. And the following year, my father-in-law passed away. Well, the store fell into my hands. And I've had it ever since.
Well, you did a good job with it. You know, Sanders do a lot of our workman's comp stuff that
Absolutely.
You actually deliver at the house, and your prices are just as compatible with any other drugstore. I like the ice cream, the old country. I'm old country boy. I like the setting of getting the ice cream cone and the smell of that bacon in the morning time.
that smell of the bacon will just permeate all the square out there every morning. So that's everybody knows that we're in business with that.
And you know, I wouldn't not being hard on nobody else's town, but I look at our community, you know, and how many times can you go up on the square and you smell bacon cooking, and It's got a nice drugstore. You look right across town, it's got a big truck line that supplies a lot of jobs for people, and it makes you happy to be a part of Pike County.
I have loved Troy from the day I came here. I'm so proud of meeting my beautiful wife in Auburn and being introduced to Troy, and Troy accepting me the way they did. It's just been a great pleasure. It's been a pleasure doing business with Sanders.
We thank you.
We did, you know, in '67, you can imagine where Sanders was at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were all growing together.
Yes.
At that time.
And you know, and nobody left. The bigger we got, the more rooted we came into Pike County. You know, the larger we got, the more we reached out to Pike County and Troy, Alabama. And I'm just happy to be a part of that. And when I come in your store, it just dawned on me. I said, I've got to have him. It's just so much history with you and your father-in-law. And I just want to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule and just telling everybody that you love Pike County and we love you, Mr. Joe. We thank you.
I love Pike County. I love all about it. I've loved all the years of doing business with the Sanders people. They've all been just as nice and generous. And
what about this next guy we got coming up? What about this next guy?
Our fine sheriff.
Our fine sheriff.
He is.
You know, a lot of people in towns, they dodge their sheriff. We embracing our sheriff, ain't we?
We embrace that man. I'd love to see him when he walks in the drugstore. It's just he has a smile on his face and is very pleasure.
Just good for our community. Thank you, Mr. Joe. We'll be right back with our sheriff of Pike County, Mr. Russell Thompson. Right back with Mr. Russell Thompson. Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. And we're back live on Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, and I'm just glad to have my sheriff, our sheriff of Pike County. Sheriff, how you doing?
Good, thank you, Jeffrey.
I saw you at the game Friday night, and you let me walk in with you. What about this quarterback we got in Goshen? What about him?
He's a good one. The Galloway kid, he's a good one. He can run it, he can throw it, and he's smart. He runs the offense well, and they've got good coaching. They play good defense, and so they've got a chance to be really good this year.
You know, you didn't realize that you was being observed Friday night at the game. I watched you. I don't know how much of the game you got to watch because I walked in with you, and I had got my seat and popcorn, and you were still walking down the line shaking hands. And that's just something you always have did. I've seen you go out of a restaurant and people riding with you or standing in the parking lot, and you're still in there shaking hands and talking to people, and I guess that's what makes you be so loved here in Troy.
Well, you know, I enjoy socializing, seeing people, speaking to people, and you know, the people of Pike County have been extremely good. They've been kind to my family. They've allowed me to serve now in my 7th term, and I'm very thankful for that. But you know, I like people. I enjoy seeing people and talking to people. And when I'm in Goshen, you know, I know everyone. Born and raised there, went to school there, played little league ball, Pee Wee football for Keith Snyder. Hadn't it been for Keith Snyder in our community, the little old boy from Goshen probably wouldn't have had anywhere to play growing up. And so, you know, I've grown up there. You know, a lot of people in that community have helped raise me. They've supported me, supported my family, been good to me, and it's always good to be around good home people.
Well, you got a son that's on the sheriff department that works with my son, and I know that makes you feel good that he's following in the steps of his daddy. That's
He wanted to get into law enforcement and started him out in the jail, and I thought that might have would have cured him, you know.
You thought
being in that jail, maybe go another route, but he's worked in the jail, dispatch, transport. He works midnights, and he started at the bottom, and he's still at the bottom, and he's paying his dues, doing a good job. But he's also in the Air Force Guard. He's a class away from graduating here at Troy University with his degree, and we also have your son, who was raised in the Goshen community, was a outstanding football player. Went on to play at Huntington for 4 years and got his psychology degree. He works with us and does a fine job, a good deputy, a good representative of the people and of the sheriff's department, good quality people. And when I hired him, my wife told me, she said, he was always so sweet in school. But he's, you know, he's very manageable and very, very professional and a good person. And that's the kind of people you want representing and protecting our citizens.
You know, you sit here and we talk about Pike County, and we talk about your son, my son, and you know, we think that one of the keys to all of this is that sheriff department down there keeping us safe. And in these jobs that KW and Wiley Sanders Truck Line brings into this community, and man, I see your guys in the gym, your young guys. Sheriff, you got them in shape now. They be in there every day.
They are.
They're happy. We have a happy community, and I think it's because we're not starving. We all got jobs. We got a place to work. We got insurance, and that's what I'm so happy to be a part of. What Sanders brings to this town, and that's why I can go out and get people and say, come be on Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. They're always happy to, because they know that we're here. We're committed to Pike County, not going nowhere.
That's right. I try to always hire local talent. I like to hire the people who has family buried here. They have a love and an interest for this community. They've been to school here, and they know the people that they serve. You know, when they go to these calls or they go to these accidents or they have to intervene with the public, most of the time they're going to know someone and know their family.
Yeah, and that helps.
And we have a lot of good homegrown talent. And we work well with our industries, such as the Sanders family and the KW family. They've been extremely good and kind to law enforcement. Every year they do a law enforcement appreciation cookout where they feed about 250 law enforcement and their families. And they, along with other businesses, put it together. Mr. Kenny Campbell headed it up, and Grady Reeves and the former police chief, and you know, and they pay for it. They, along with other businesses and industries and individuals, pay for that. We have it at the Cattleman, and he used to host us at his barn. Mr. Campbell did, but it's grown and gotten so big.
Need a large area.
But it's good to be appreciated, and you know, and I thank them that they take the time. And it's costly, it's time consuming because it's such a large group. That they take the time to show law enforcement their appreciation, and the Sanders and the KW family have always done that. And like I talked about, hiring local, hometown people that grew up here that know our citizens, and you know, I want our deputies to treat our public with compassion, to be friendly and to be courteous, but to do your job when it needs to be done. And a lot of times, you know, these victims have a hard time, but the families of the person committing that offense have a hard time with it also.
It's a two-hand pole.
That's exactly right. And so you have to be well balanced in how you handle a lot of situations. But you know, you're talking about locally, you take the Sanders and the KW family, those are local people. They built it from the ground up. They crashed it out. I'm sure a lot of days, just like I was when I first got to be sheriff, I wanted to quit 2 or 3 times when I was running because it's tough. It takes its toll on you physically, mentally, your family. It's draining. And I know they probably had time they wanted to throw their hands up early on, but they've stuck with it. They've built an empire. It's been good for Pike County, been good for the people of Pike County. Feeds a lot of families. They take care of a lot of people. They support our law enforcement, and our city and our county have grown and prospered because of those paychecks.
A lot of food on tables.
And a lot of paychecks.
You know, food on tables.
You know, I was told one time you gauge a strength of your community in your county and your city by the number of financial institutions in your town. Well, if you ride around and count all the banks and the credit unions, we've got 11, maybe 12. In a city that has less than 20,000, in a county that only has 33,000. But just here in Troy, so you gauge that, there's a lot of paychecks. That's a lot of people being, that creates a lot of restaurants, a lot of food places. That creates a lot of drugstores like Mr. Joe Watson. Fine fella, I love Mr. Joe.
Yes, sir.
And do business with him, and good place to eat, good people. But you look at the number of drugstores we have in the city of Troy. The number of banks and credit, the number of car dealerships, parts houses, clothes. It turns over. And I tell you, from where I sit, you know, I've been doing this 35 years as far as law enforcement, 25 as sheriff. I can remember a time when there were only 6 of us in the entire sheriff's department to serve the county.
6 people.
The old cars wouldn't run over 80 miles an hour, and you had 2 channels on your radio. I was there during all of that.
Yeah.
But as your county grows, as these businesses grow and these industries, they build more and more business where the county's money comes from the general fund. With the general fund, the money that's going into the general fund is created by property taxes. These big buildings, these large industries, the equipment in these buildings, the houses that the people buy that work for Sanders and KW and other industries, and the land, those property taxes that are being paid are paid into the general fund, which allows us now to grow to 23 deputies and pay good salaries, and the commission is good to us, and they take good care of us, and the city of Troy the same. And even the schools, you know, have a tax also that allows them to have a 20 million plus budget. So it grows in so many that people don't realize it helps in so many ways.
I noticed when you say the schools, I noticed that most of the schools, I went down there the other day to check my daughter out, and I saw you had a deputy car down there. Is that something that you keep at all your schools?
We do. We've just added a second SRO officer. Dr. Bazell approached me about wanting school resource officers in the schools. We started with 1 this year. We're growing to 2, so we'll have a deputy at the bank schools and the Goshen schools every day, and they'll rotate so that, you know, they know the students on both campuses.
On both campuses. That's really good.
And so it's worked out really good, but we've got to thank Dr. Bazell and the school board for their support, for supplying the resources and the money that allows us to do this. And so, you know, it's just, all in all, we have a good working relationship with the people in our cities and our counties and our schools and our industries and our business. We enjoy a relationship that in a lot of places they don't have.
Don't even speak.
And so we're very blessed. As my mother used to say, I'd say, well, I'm lucky. And she said, no, son, you're blessed. You're not lucky. And so we're blessed.
I agree with your mother.
We're blessed to have that here in Pike County.
You know, you was talking about businesses and industry in Pike County, and we kind of had a little debate about this, but it's true. In Pike County alone with Sanders, there's 5 sister companies right here in this town. And that makes me proud to say that I know that grandkids, daughters, husbands, wives, people are going to be fed, people are going to have jobs. And when I look at that and I look at trucking, and I'm going to be bringing these truck driving schools in here because, you know, everybody has a dream. And I want it one day, if it's a truck parked in Pike County, I want it to be Sanders. If somebody drives a truck and they live around here, I want them to drive for us. We got retirement. We match it up to 4%. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We got a dental plan. our Sanders company is like your sheriff company. We do things decent and in order, and I'm excited to be a part of that. Sheriff, excited to have you here. I didn't ask him, but one time he said, "I'll do it for you, Hoss."
It's always good seeing you. And look, thank y'all for being here, your company, and all that y'all do to support us and to support this community, and for all the money that everybody spends so that our general fund does good and our employees do good.
That's right.
Thank you.
We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back with some brownies. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. And it wouldn't be Truck Talk if you didn't have somebody that worked with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Angie, good morning.
Good morning. I am well. Good morning, Troy.
You have a big important job at Sanders. Unfortunately, sometimes drivers, and it don't necessarily be speeding, so people don't think we safety first, but sometimes it be things that drivers get tickets for.
Exactly.
And we found it better that we take care of that for them because they're so busy. Just tell me how you handle it. I got a ticket and I'm calling, and I got this ticket and it's $300. What am I going to do? What do you do? How do you handle that?
Bless your heart. We talk to them, ask them the most important questions. You know, what state was it at? Mm-hmm. What kind of ticket is it? What kind of violation? Mm-hmm. You know, we get that information. We need a copy of the ticket, mm-hmm. number one. Now, we can either pay it for you mm-hmm. and take it out of your paycheck weekly in installments, or you can pay it yourself. But either way, we need a copy of that ticket.
I've got this ticket, and it's my little boy's birthday. Basically, I just can't afford to pay all this right now. This is an expensive ticket. I made a mistake, which that happens in life. How would I approach you with that?
Okay. So you call either me or Kathy, and you explain your situation. And of course, at Wiley Sanders, we're always there to help you. You know, we care about you. We're family, and we just want to help you out in any way we can. So, again, we call the courthouse for you, and we explain, okay, we can pay this for you, and we'll just take it out in installments, so it's not a financial burden on you at once.
What is that in that pan?
It looks like brownies.
Are those the brownies that you had when we was with Miss Sanders at the tailgate?
Yes, it is.
You
but
know I do try to work out, don't you? You know you.
I know,
you
but I
run.
heard it was your anniversary.
It's October the 5th. Thank you.
Yes, so I made you a batch.
You know, things like that makes me just proud to know the people I know at Sanders.
Oh.
I didn't meet you till you came to Sanders, and you've never been a stranger. And I hear
Thank you.
drivers, and you went to some lunches with us, and ladies and gentlemen, we laugh at all the time because she's one that says, I'm not going to talk, and then she goes, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I go, okay. But people like you and people like the sheriff, and it's just what makes this community what it is. I've had a chance to tailgate with you, met your 2 kids. Happen to have one of your kids in a commercial. He's got to run that commercial. We got to run that commercial with the cheerleaders.
Awesome. I've yet seen it.
You've yet seen it? Well, we're going to make sure we get it in the next commercial break. That was a fun day.
It was.
It was a fun making that commercial. You know, when all the cheerleaders gathered up and you was out there, all right, y'all, hold the football now. And I think me and you had more fun than the kids.
We did. It was hot, but it was fun, and you got to pump them up.
You got to pump them up, and you know, we didn't leave out nobody. We took the schools surrounding
Which
here,
was really nice.
Which was really nice, and it was nice of those cheerleaders coaches. I don't take this time out to thank them. And it was nice of all the moms that came out, you know, to do that stuff. I don't think no community can make it without love for one another.
Exactly.
I love my community. I love the people I deal with. I love the people I work with. Most of all, I love people with a up spirit like you have.
Thank you.
You have a up spirit. I asked you this one time. I check on the people that I have to ask one time, and you was glad to come and talk about your company. Would you say that when you come to work every morning, I want a truthful answer, I'm going to put you on the spot, are you just happy every morning?
I am.
You know, and I asked you that because I know you're an honest person. I know you're a God believer, but I knew you weren't going to tell me that unless it was true. Every time I see you, you're smiling. You're smiling.
Everyone
You're
says
smiling.
that.
People don't understand this. Your appearance and your attitude will definitely control your altitude.
Absolutely.
I say that all the time. You got a low attitude, you're going to stay low. If you got a high attitude, you're going to be moved up. And that's what we do at the Sanders Company. We move people up, and we move people around, and we move freight around. And I tell all these people, if you got it, a truck bought it. Something in them brownies, a truck bought it somewhere.
Exactly.
And that excites me to be a part of an industry that controls so much. I wouldn't say control, but has so much to do with the moving of the world. Trucks move the world around. Rice from here, apples from here, strawberries from here to there. And it's exciting.
It's amazing how it all works together. And I never knew how it worked until I started working there. You know, I've been there for 3 years, and it's been a wonderful decision that I made. And I've enjoyed working for this company because they're family oriented.
Well, you know, and I know you're a good friend of Kelly's, and she's so strong on making the Sanders Company a part of this community. We already are, but she told me she wants us to just get out there and just make sure we know. And that's what Truck Talk is all about. Not so much about trucks, but mostly combining us together on each other's arms. If I had to describe it, family, Sanders family, just family all around us, and you know, and we just all walk together. One of the great reasons of having our sheriff here this morning, you know, we live in a community where police officers know individuals by names. Not going to say nothing happens here, but when it does, we can talk. You know, we can get understanding. Anytime you can get understanding, the Bible tells us that, and always get understanding. We
Right.
can get it. I heard what he said. You know, he says swapping out his resource officers from school to school, so they'll know the students. That's little Johnny. Don't do that. I know you like to get out the line, but you're gonna stay in the line, and that's just good. Don't that make you feel good though
It
to
does.
know we got that?
I love being part of a small community, hometown feel. You know, everyone knows everyone.
And you know, like on the corner, I got some guests in from Trenton Tech, and I'm gonna suggest to them if they have not had breakfast to go by Berg Drugs and get one of those bacon sandwiches. They are
Exactly. I can
so
smell that bacon
good.
from here.
But these here, there's no need in you taking those back to work. I'll take care of that little package for you. I want to get it away before Dean gets up here from Trenton Tech. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Anything else you want to say before we go? Because I know you're kind of long-winded. You probably done told somebody. I'm going to say a shout-out to you. You got anything?
Shout out to everybody at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. You know, I love working there. I love you all. And again, to all the truck drivers, please be safe. Safety is our #1 priority. And buckle up.
You did not forget. I tested her. I say, what are we talking about? So, you know, safety is #1, and you said it.
And go Trojans.
Go Trojans. That's right. Go Trojans. They are 35-7. That's
Good
pretty
game.
good.
Very
Way
good.
up there in Ohio.
Very good.
That was good. I enjoyed that. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to tell you how to get a CDL.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. Good morning. We're back again with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I've got two guests this morning, and they are from Trenton Technical Truck Driving School. Dean, good to see you.
Good to see you.
I always come by and see you, and it's my first time meeting Miss Annie Ellis. How you doing, Miss Ellis?
Good, and yourself?
I'm good. You know, Dean, I was talking to you when I was up there this week, and I'm excited to have you this morning because I wanted you to be the first school that we bought on Truck Talk. Talked to Davis this morning. She said, well, I'm in the area. I said, no, I wanted that because we've had good luck there. We have good students. And when I bring a school, I want to shine on that school that day. Yeah. I'm going to bring other schools, but I want you to know when you come all the way to Troy, Alabama to be on Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we're going to talk about what you're doing and what you got going on. So just tell us about your guests and some of the things y'all got going on.
Well, this is Annie Ellison, and we work together at Trenton, and we all try to pull together there to just promote our programs there and we focus on truck driving because that's where I'm at right now, and I think we have one of the top programs in the state of Alabama as far as teaching the Class A CDL program, and we take pride in what we do. We have good employees, and they not just not just there to get a paycheck, but they're there to invest some of their know-how into truck driving, into these students, because we feel like that trucking is important, but we also feel like that they need to be safe when they're doing it and when they're driving a Class A vehicle.
So I get a lot of calls, Dean, and one of the reasons I wanted to start having truck driving school, I get a lot of calls, and my call is, how do I go by getting a CDL?
Yeah.
And I always tell them to call you,
Yeah.
because you're my preferred school. But what is a person without a CDL, what is their first step that they need to take?
First of all, they have to get a DOT physical to see if they're qualified to drive a CDL vehicle, but all they have to do is call us at 420-4406 in Montgomery. It's a 334 number. We are there to provide any information they have to help them get started in the program. It's a 6-week program. We train them for 6 weeks straight. Then we actually test them after the program is over with, and we have a very high percentage rate of people that pass. Unfortunately, we do have people that fail. They do come back at a later date and try to retest, and some of them are successful in their retest. But we feel good about the program we have. It's like I said, I believe it's one of the top in the state of Alabama. Because we have people to work with, that are very eager to work with us. Annie works with one of our grants that we have been having going on at Trenton and Montgomery. It's been very successful, and we're proud of what we do there.
Annie, I was talking to you before we come on the air, and you said something in my ears that stood out. You said you had a mechanical thing, that y'all was doing mechanical stuff, and I could use some diesel mechanics this morning. They could contact Dwayne Stewart right there at Wiley Sanders. But just tell me some of the things that you work with.
Well, we under workforce, the division that we're under, we have several programs. Diesel mechanic is one of them. We have HVAC, we have automotive, and we have machine shop and welding. So we just have a vast number of programs under workforce that we specifically implemented. So there are other programs with the college. It's cosmetology. We have dual enrollment. So that's one thing that from 9th grade through 12th grade that students can be involved in certain classes. It gives them an outlook for the future as a career. So that is one of our number one focus. We have culinary arts. We have engineering technology, graphic designs, emergency management services, dental, and we also have a nursing program.
Well, that's good. You
Yes.
know, I look at today's time, and if it's ever been a time that communities and workforce people need to pull together, it's now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people, and it's sad to say that, but some people really don't know how to find a job. Like I was telling Dean, I get so many calls, these people, and I know my advertising lets you know that I need you with a CDL
Yes.
and I need a truck driver. But nevertheless, it's good. You know, when I get one from Trenton Tech, I'm excited. I've had such a high success rate, and I'm not knocking none of the schools,
Right.
but we get a lot of drivers from there, and we had good success from that. Your program is only as good as what you put out.
Exactly.
And I noticed Dean was saying that he was wanting them to be safe and learn. Safety is the number one priority with Sanders. We spend a lot of money being safe. When I say a lot of money, I mean in our trailer shop department, state-of-the-art equipment. Was looking at a new trailer yesterday that won't leak. Can you imagine a dry box? It will not leak. And just to see the mass of things we go out to be safe, and it helps
Yes.
when we get people from an organization like you guys that have embedded the same thing. We're going to get you to make money, but we want you to be safe.
Yes.
We want you to be safe. And I come up there to Trenton a lot and talk to Dean. And we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back, and I got some trick questions for y'all. I got some trick questions. We're going to take a commercial break and come right back. Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. $1,000 sign-on bonus? These guys did. We're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I got two special guests here this morning. And me and you was talking during our little break, and I was asking you some questions, and you was talking about recruiting your mechanics. Now, you're doing diesel mechanics, big truck
Yes.
mechanics?
Yes.
Oh, great. So how long is your mechanic program?
I believe our mechanic program, it varies whether you get a certificate or a degree. And I'm not certain of the length for the like the certificate program, if they offer that, but I know for an associate it's usually 2 years.
2 years, okay.
And it
And
could
do
be
you have
less.
night and day classes or
Just day.
Just day.
just day? Well, I got some good news for you. If you get some of those guys in your mechanic class and they're going to school in the day and they want to work at night and get more experience, you let them call Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Okay.
I am sure we're always willing to help with stuff like that, and we'll work with some of them. I'm not going to tell you I can hire all of them,
Right.
but I am going to tell you I will look into it And I want to be a little special. I'm gonna let you have one of my brownies.
Oh,
I want the
wonderful.
cream of the crop.
There you go.
I want the cream of the crop. You know, I sit here and I laugh, and I like to talk, and I like to be interactive with people. I go up there with Dean sometime, and he'll ask me something crazy, and I'll say something to him. But we always, in the end, what I like is a quality driver.
Yes.
A quality driver. A driver student coming out of a school, he's only gonna be as good as that school was.
Yes.
And I'll say this about Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but we don't recruit from every school.
Right.
We don't. I mean, you're gonna have to be credible. You're gonna have to have good numbers, because what we're doing, we're taking this student and we're putting him with one of our top-notch trainers.
Yes.
I like something that I heard one of our safety guys say the other day, and so many people get intimidated by the road test. Driver trainees, that's what we call him. He's a driver trainee. Even when he comes out to school, he's just a driver trainee. Dean has got him prepped, if you would, what's to call it. Wouldn't you say that, Dean?
Yeah.
You got him prepped. He's got him safe. He's got him where he's not gonna hurt nobody.
Right.
Now my guy has got to make him a driver. Dean gives our guys something to work with. The guys he's seeing, you can work with them, because we're not, when he comes and he takes his road test, we're not expecting him to be a driver safe. We want him to be safety. So Dean, I appreciate when you say, you want to teach him how to be safety and how to do safety things. The older I get, the more I realize that this world needs safe ethics.
Yes.
Anything you do, there's a safe way to do it.
Right.
There's a
It
safe
is.
way to do it. And with your classes and stuff, I hear you have some kind of funding. So tell the audience what you offer in that.
Well, right now we're ending one of the grant programs, but I believe there's one through WIOA that, and I don't know the specifics because that's being managed by someone else. It's also a grant-funded program, but I think truck driving is included in that also. And WIOA is the Workforce Investment Opportunity Act. So, call your local school, call Trenum, find out more about the WIOA program, and if someone is interested in getting into truck driving, and maybe they still have some openings. But there are various opportunities there.
I listen to Dean. He'd be sitting in his office sometime and he talks to guys, and he takes the special effort to make sure they got everything they need.
Yes.
This is how I look at an instructor. If he leaves his school and I never hear from him, well, that's not the case with Dean at Trenum Tech. He often calls me, especially if you get to meet these guys, and that some people are not as fortunate as us. And when I say that, they be on jobs for 25 or 30 years and the plant closes and something happens, and he takes up a job driving a truck. And Dean will get to meet him, and he'll actually pick up the phone and call me and say, "Hey, how's so-and-so doing?" Or if he think they may have a little problem that's not unsafe, but something he thinks he want me to look at, or something, the guy behavior that he had. And that's a good work relationship. Dean, how many you got in your class this go around?
We have 15 in the daytime, and we have 10 at night. We also have 5 on the weekend. So we offer a day class, a night class, and a weekend class. But we always tell our students that when they come, protect what you have. That CDL is a life-changing driver's license. You can make a good living with it.
Oh, yes.
I tell our students all the time, I said, it is possible not to have a ticket. I drove for 34 years, never got a speeding ticket. So, it depends on what you make of it. And I tell our students this all the time. I said, you want to pass this class, you go after it. It all depends on your attitude. What you make of it is so important. It's life-changing. What does a truck driving job give you? It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom on the highway. See a lot of different sites across this nation.
Really?
You're not tied down behind a desk or behind a machine, which I'm not knocking those jobs, but it just depends on if people want a little freedom. and to be safe out there. They can make a good living with any trucking company. Our students are always asking, when are our recruiters coming? They want to hear the recruiters. You know, they want to hear them come in, and because it's good to be wanted. It's good to be wanted for a job. I mean, if you're a wanted man for a good job, you know, go to truck driving school. You can become a very sought after, you know, driver.
You're going to get my number.
That's right.
You're going to get my
That's
phone
right.
number.
That's right.
Let me say this when you say very sought after. I say this in every class I'm in. Dean, you've heard me in a class. I always say, whatever you do, protect your CDL.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you are an individual out there, man or woman, and you have a CDL and you have no tickets, clean CDL, you can get a job anyway.
You become a very valuable driver.
And I always tell people, you can get a job anywhere, but I want you with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I never down the fact of you've got to work with me.
Right.
That is your privilege. I want you to. That is when I come in that class, I come for one reason only. That's to get you to work for me.
Yes.
But I have enough compassion about a CDL driver that I want him to know the things to protect it.
Yes.
I want him to know that we offer a good package. I have a good package. I have vacation. I have 401k. I match it 4% of your gross pay. I have per diem. A lot of people don't know about per diem. Per diem is a very good program, very good program. I'm gonna do a whole half hour on just talking about per diem. But this time is up, but I don't want this to be the last time I'm gonna tell y'all. I had a good morning talking to you. Mr. Ellis, it was just nice to meet you. Dean, I always get to see you. Hey, if you want a job, you want a mechanic, you want a job, 3 people up here can help you. You're looking at 3 people that can help you. As we always say on Truck Talk with Wiley Standards Truck Line, thank you, Troy, Alabama. Thank you, this community. Our hearts will ever be so grateful. Until the next Monday, Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Bye-bye. Woo! Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. At